Hi everyone. So the question for today is 3286, which is similar to 2812, the question for 1 July. So today's lead code question basically says that we have to see if we can reach our last cell in the grid. Um, and the condition is that health should be greater than or equal to 1. So what is this health value? Suppose we are given an initial health value. And the question says that whenever we encounter a grid with value 1, our health reduces by 1. And now we have to check if we can somehow reach the final cell with health greater than equal to 1. So health should be positive. So what we've done here, we've used modified Dijkastra here. So we have a priority queue which will give us element with greater safety will be arranged first. So we have a max heap here. We have this visited array. And then here what we've done is for 0, 0, we have, added our, if our grid at 0, 0 is 1, we know that our health will decrease by 1. Else we've added health. So this is the initial thing that we've added in a max heap. Now until my max heap is empty, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some checks. And if I come out of the loop, I know there was no path found. So that's why I'm returning false here. Okay, now looking at what I'm doing inside the max heap, I'm basically polling the current element and then I'm marking it as visited. And before that, if I'm checking if it is already visited, if yes, I'll just continue to the next element. Okay, now here we check if we have reached the destination. How do we check? If my row is equal to rows minus 1, column is equal to column minus 1. So we'll check if current safety is a positive number, which is like greater than 0. So then we'll return true, else it will return false. Now then what we've done is we can go to adjacent cells. So this is our 4 direction that we want to go. We have this new row and new column. Then we'll check if our new row and new column is within the index and that is not visited, that cell is not visited. And then we'll calculate the new safety. How? If my new row and new column has 1 in the grid, we need to know that our current health will decrease by 1. So that's why our current safety will decrease by 1, else our current safety is the safety for the new cell. Then we'll add it to the heap. And notice one thing that when we add to the heap, we don't mark it as visited because we have not yet processed that cell. We only mark it as visited once we poll the elements from the heap. So yeah, this was the, you know, this was the solution from my end. Now let's discuss the time and space complexity. So we have this max heap. It can store big O of n square elements or big O of n into m because rows and columns. So space complexity would be big O of rows into columns. And ignore this typing mistake. Yeah. So space complexity is this. Now coming to the time complexity, here we see that we are, you know, we can at max every element will go inside the priority queue, uh, you know, so and come out once. So processing is done for every particular row and column once. So that's why big O of n square, that's the time complexity. And then we're also adding and polling from the heap. So it can take log of n time. So then log of um n. So this is how it is. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.